the thing about Mushin, it's like,
That's
well, he
right. That's right.
recognized what you were doing a mile away and
Yeah.
kicked you right in the right spot,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
hit you right in the right
Yeah.
spot, or
Yeah. You have to realize there's a 50-50 chance that this person will attack you or they will not attack you. So when you're walking down the street or you walk into a store, whatever the case may be, and you see this person, that person, any one of them could attack you.
mm-hmm.
So you have to bear that in mind. So
Oh,
if a
always.
person over here, what do you do from an attack from this side? What do you do when someone grabs you over here?
Right.
So you have to be able to cover the whole spectrum. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
And I think that's kind of what Mushin is about. Like, if the guy's here and there, maybe you go, okay, if that guy steps forward and looks aggressive, maybe the front kick would reach him, and then set down and maybe side kick with the same leg, or whatever the case may be.
And do that all in the same breath and keep on walking. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Do what you did. Keep on moving. You know.
Samurai made a cut or two, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A prime example. You know, uh, when you were a kid, it was teaching you how to tie your shoes was very frustrating for you because you cry all the time because you couldn't tie your shoe. You know.
Right.
But after a while, you learn how to tie your shoe, and now you just and gone.
Right.
That's machine.
Right.
How many times? How long? And how many times have you tied your shoe since you were 2 years old? Quite often.
Tens of thousands
That's
of times.
right. That's training. That's training.
Right. Right.
Same
right.
thing.
Right.
Same thing. So now you don't cry because you can't tie your shoe. Just put the damn thing on the move.
Right.
Just slip it on, pull it up in the back.
Right.
You know?
And it's funny because people don't want to think about what it takes to get to that level.
Right.
They think that, oh, my teacher was this. It's like, yeah, well, he spent his whole life honing this skill.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people feel like there should be a shortcut to the kind of skill. It's like you may get to be as strong as him with lifting weights and plyometrics and all this kind of stuff. It's like, but that's not the same as.
It's not the same as developing the technique, because if you throw a punch and you don't know how to pivot, and you what have you accomplished? Nothing. You just wrinkled your gi. That's all you did, really. You know, so when you throw that jab into somebody's forehead, and then you bust them in the ribs, and you polish that technique over and over and over and over. Just think how effective that will be because you practice it so much.
People have some kind of weird aversion to that kind of simple training. Like they want it to be magic almost.
Well, because they want to be the master, the instant master. Just add water. You know?
Yeah.
I'm a master. No, you add time and patience. And along with that time and patience comes growth. Now I don't want to kill them now because I understand about mercy and compassion. You know, but if I do that punch, they'll probably wish they were dead.
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But just having that wherewithal to not just do it, but then also, like you said, to know when to stop. That's the one thing because you may be super mad and kick the dude, bam, and drop him. You may still be angry, going, dang, that was.
Yeah.
Maybe I should kick him one more to satisfy that. I don't know if it's bloodlust exactly, but maybe it's like I should, just one more.
Well, that's the monster that we were talking about putting back in the bag, in the box. Because first of all you got to consider the legal ramifications. You have to consider that. Because they'll say, well, you could have stopped. Why didn't you?
You got some explaining to do.
Got some explaining to do. Got some mansplaining to do. So so you have to consider everything, and it's a delicate balance, very delicate balance. Someone makes you angry. Someone call you a name or say something about you. Is that really a reason to go bust them in the chops?
Yeah.
And break the ribs? No.
Nah.
No. You say, okay, well, yeah, you might be right. And you keep on moving.
Right. So it
but
doesn't cost, and that doesn't
it
cost
doesn't
anybody
cost a
anything.
thing. It doesn't cost a thing. But when someone goes, they are wrong,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and you have a right to defend against that because you don't know what their intentions are. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a right to defend yourself and keep that person away from you. So now the person has produced a knife or a stick or a gun or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you just up the ante now.
Big time.
You know, so that's how that works out. But again, whatever you do, don't think about what you got to do. Just do it. You know, and shorten your techniques to
Right.
where you don't have to make all these, you know, 4, 5, 6 moves and gouge out the eye, and hit him in the ear, and do this, that. Hey man, come on. No,
It makes me laugh whenever I
yeah.
see these demonstrations where they go, like all you hear is,
Yeah.
oh, what the hell are they chopping?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
chopping him in the throat and the
Yeah.
temple. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I chop a dude in his throat and his temple and kick him in the groin and he's
It's
not,
over with.
and he ain't seriously unconscious. I mean, but you see these demonstrations, right?
Oh
They're like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
it's like, what the
Oh
hell? You
yeah.
massaging this with them? Like, what
Yeah.
is?
Yeah. Well, you know that's theatrics. See the crowd, not knowing any better, they feed into that. See, they're gullible. They're
Yeah.
naive.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
they love that.
it's like, what do you think his response would be? You just chopped him in the neck. You think he's
Mm-hmm.
still gonna be wide? He's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
second knife hand to the head on, it's like that's not gonna work, man. It's just
Yeah.
bam, just
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I take I say take the techniques that we have, shorten it, and and say, okay, well, I don't have a whole lot of time. I may have some disadvantages
right.
here. maybe my age is a disadvantage because I'm not as mobile as I used to be, or maybe I'm not as strong as I used to be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have I don't have the wherewithal to do what I used to do, but I know how to do that back fist and that right punch.
Hey, it's like
You know?
this is all I got.
Yeah, this is all I got, and I'm gonna give them 100% of it. So
Like I got, it's like a picture that has one fastball.
that's
It's
right.
like
That's right.
that's all I got, but it's fast.
That's right. That's right. That is right. That
And
is
just
right.
be done and let the shock and awe happen after the fact,
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
you gotta dig into that part though. People don't want to do that, and they wonder why they can't develop these kind of like intangible parts of their training
Because first of all, the concept of belts, degrees, certificates, plaques, trophies, gis, color of gis, patches, all that nonsense is a distraction.
they yeah.
It takes people away from the real baloney. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about defending your life, then you're not falling for no okie doke. I mean, you could go in there and put on a pair of gym shorts and a t-shirt. You're gonna do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't need to wear a gi to make you feel that, or put on a belt to make you feel that. A gi is very comfortable, and a belt only indicates the level that you are on the curriculum.
Right.
It doesn't say how tough you are. It doesn't say anything about your intensity,
Your will.
your will. So you take all that stuff, throw it out the window, and then here comes the next night. Somebody's walking through your patio door, and here you are in your gym shorts or your underwear, and you just wail on them. What difference did it make?
Right.
Didn't make any difference at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because it's never that part that matters. Like you said, it's a distraction.
It's a distraction. That's all.
I get the part where people are unified under the training. We're not going to hurt each other. We're not going to disrespect. I'm fine with that, but some people are they're dojo martial artists. The second they leave, when they're not in there, they're the same as everybody else. And it's like I saw this most notably in the late '90s, specifically in the early 2000s in jiu-jitsu places. Like they don't consider themselves martial artists. They'll say, "Oh, I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu," and then they get mad that their instructor wants them to bow or line up. It's like they just.
Well.
And that's not all schools, but I've seen it in jiu-jitsu schools and then later in MMA gyms as yeah, as the jiu-jitsu guys, joined MMA stuff, but they didn't carry it with them. They didn't bring that with them. So
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate because the thing that goes along with whatever you do is a sense of humanity and a sense of respect for that particular tradition. You know, you
mm-hmm.
walk into a dojo. Okay, you have a building here. This is a dojo. This is where you study not just how to kick and punch, but also too how to develop your sense of humanity. You know,
Right.
so you learn how to kick a person or punch a person. Well, do you keep going or do you stop at a certain point because you know that
Not a threat to you anymore.
right, it's not necessary. You know, it's like shooting somebody in the back
Oh,
when they're running away from you.
right.
That's a coward act. Cowards do that.
Any way you look at
Any
it,
way you
yeah.
look at it, cowards do that. Shoot somebody when they're no longer a threat to
A
you.
threat to you.
When they do that, that's lust. They want to do
Bloodlet.
that.
Yes.
They
Yes.
want
Yes.
to do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
You know, they want to put another notch in their belt and say, "Yeah, look what I did." You know, I shot him,
Yeah. Gunned him down.
gunned him down. You know, cowards do that. Uh, so when you when you're in the dojo, that's what that's all about. You know, why do I not continue to stomp this person's head in?
Right.
Because
It's
morally,
necessary.
it's wrong. You know, it's wrong. Period. No matter how
Mm-hmm.
you cut it, they're no longer a threat to you, but you're still watching.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and until you get out of the vicinity,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you're going about your business, and you're always looking around.
Right.
Awareness, you can't make up for that. There's nothing better about it. I mean,
More valuable.
more valuable than awareness. Because if you're aware, then the whole point about being aware is so the person don't get a drop on
Right.
you. You see?
Right. It can render your skills useless if they get in the right position.
Exactly. 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 So if you don't know what you're doing, and you're not aware, you just your guard is all the way down. You know, and you're thinking about something, or you can't do that. You just can't do that.
Right. When the price you pay for it is
Well,
steep.
steep,
Really
steep,
steep.
very steep.
Whew. Ah, that's good stuff. I think we covered all the
Yeah,
good stuff.
yeah, I think so.
All right, folks. That'll be today's episode. Check us out at martialartsopen.com. We're on all the good sites: YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. But by far the most important thing, as usual, is please be kind to yourselves and each other.
Wear that mask.
And wear your mask. Cooties are real. Cooties are a thing. Oh my
Right,
goodness.
that was good. That
That
was
was
good.
good
Man.
stuff.
That was